Well, good afternoon. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to do a little video today on the Defender 2.0 and sizing the pellets and kind of go through the motions of what I do to do that. Before I do, I'm going to mention two things. One, I've got a Christmas special running where if you get $1,000 in pellets, kind of stock up, you get a free Challenger in 22 or 25 caliber. That's the bullpup. I've got that on my website. And also the Defender I'm showing today will be up probably within a week or two with probably 500 or 1,000 pellets with it at a real good price. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start this video by shooting instead of ending it by shooting, just to show you what I've got here. I've got the Defender 2.0 with a specially sized slug. I came up with .456. That's what I'll be using in here. It's my 155 grain hollow skirt pellet. And just want to see how it does. Okay, apparently I didn't have a barrel in the bottom there, so it thought it would fire this one first, and it did. And as you can see and hear, the pellet went through here, and I got that block of wood at an angle, so it actually hit that and ricocheted off. But see what you can see that it just went right through. Probably do a follow-up test maybe in the next day or two and get the speeds, but that went right through 12 inches of ballistic gelatin. So that's pretty darn good. So let me do a little bit of camera adjustment here, try to do this without turning it off, which I've done more than once. Adjust it a little bit. Get a few things up here. First off are my pin gauges. And secondly, the Defender and all its accessories that it came with. Now, I watched a lot of videos online, and I watched some tired old guy really take a big giant dump on this, and wanted to look at it myself, and I think a fair amount of the problems this thing may be having are user error, that or the wrong pellet. First off, if any of you are familiar with Microtex and opening and shutting, it takes a firm thumb. I don't believe a limp-wristed person or somebody without much finger and thumb strength is going to have much luck with this. I find that if I fully pull that back, it opens easily, it closes easily. I'm not dragging this across the round. Also, you need to make sure the round is up and above these two, because that's the spring for popping these things up. So just make sure you've got it like that. But when you go to shut it, pull it fully back and shut it. One of the things this other person who reviewed said is he was going off on the fact that he paid for his, so his opinion was good, and everyone who got one free, their opinion's bad. Well, that's crap as well. I paid for mine, and I've got good and bad things to say. One of the bad things is if you're going to send a manual, send it in English. If you're sending it to English clients, German manual doesn't do me a bit of good. So might as well just take that out and toss it in the trash can unless you're sending it to a German market. Other than that, I love the casing and everything. But the barrel had me very, very confused because it comes in as a 457. Well, it is a 457. Here is a 457 pin gauge. If I can get it close enough. Just a second. That's actually 452. I think I got them all mixed up here. 452, 457. So here is my 457 pin gauge, and it does in fact fit in the end, about 1/8 of an inch. That's as far as it goes in. That's because it's rifled almost to the very end. Well, that becomes problematic. Now, the weird thing is getting past the rifling, even though it's very, very small. This is a 452, this is a 454 pin gauge. 454 fits very tightly, no wiggle room, but what's riding on top of the lands and grooves is 452, what's down at the base of the lands and grooves is about 456. Now the strange part is, it's not 454 at the front end. This won't even fit in. At the front end, what fits snugly is a 452. Goes right on in. So this barrel would appear to have a bit of a choke to it. That or a machining process while they were making them choked it in a little bit. I can't tell you which it is, but for whatever reason, the back is 457 for 1/8 of an inch. Then it goes to 454, and the front end is 452. So when you do a pellet, you got to keep that in mind. Now, I found with my 457 pellets, I sat them in and they were about 1/8 of an inch from going in all the way. Well, you could probably take this cap and go ahead and push it on and twist as hard as you can and get it as tight as you can. Maybe you seat the pellet, maybe you don't. Maybe you're just relying on 2 or 3 threads to hold this thing together and you're firing it that way. This is aluminum. I believe that's going to cause that to fail very quickly. So what I ended up doing was I tried 454, 455, 456, 457. What I came up with was 456. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this clearly enough, but I'm really going to give it a try. Where's that camera? Let's see if you can see when I move this, the lands and grooves cut into the base of that pellet. That is a pellet when I did 456 and pushed it through by hand, well, a small dowel rod and a little brass hammer to see what it looked like. I got really good marks with the lands and grooves. I had full contact all the way around for both rings. So to me, the 456 is what it's supposed to be. More importantly, when I go and take a 456 pellet, I can just about put it in by hand all the way, as you can see. Good push, it's actually just about in there. So that means I'm not using this to torque down and cause that pellet to go inside. Small push with my hand and it is fully and completely seated. And that's why I think 456 is the proper size for this pellet. Would I like it if y'all bought my pellets? I would love it if y'all bought my pellets. However, the whole purpose for doing this is whether you buy my pellets or not, if you follow that and get these things sized to 456, if you have the equipment to do so at home, then 456 pellets will fit and shoot very, very well. As I showed you a second ago, that was a 456 pellet that went through 12 inches of ballistic gelatin and still had plenty of power to ricochet off that board I've got at an angle and bounce over to the other side of my shop. So again, it seems to me that the proper pellet size for this is a 456. Anything smaller is going to go in loose. You're going to have air getting around it. Anything bigger, you're relying on this to torque it down, or you're only relying on 2 or 3 threads, then it's going to be a failure point. Anyway, I hope that helps if you're thinking about getting a Defender 2.0. I've had nothing good luck with it. I've not had any double shots. When I fully open it with my thumb, instead of letting it drag across there, everything seems to have worked fine for me. Am I lucky? Did I get one of the good ones? I don't know, but I haven't had any failure points myself. So anyway, for what it's worth, I like it. I've had good luck with it. I think one of the biggest things you can do, though, is make sure you get the right pellet to go through it. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.